Welcome to the series on how to make your business more sellable. This episode, we are going to talk about legal issues that you need to clean up before you take your business to the market. And before we begin, I just want to remind you that 80 to 90% of the businesses for sale out there will not sell. That is a national average. I sell about 90% of the businesses that I take to the market. This series is designed so that you as a business owner, if you're looking to sell your business in the near future, that you can take care of any issues to make your business more sellable, that you can maximize your sales price and you get better terms at the end of the day. My name is Jim Parker. I've been helping people sell businesses now for nearly 25 years. I typically sell businesses with gross sales between 1 million and 10 million. But let's go ahead and start talking about today's episode. And we're going to be talking about those legal issues that you need to take care of before you sell your business. The very most important thing right away, out of the block, and I think this is common sense, if you have any lawsuits going on or you have any judgments against your business or any contract disputes going on, that all needs to be resolved before you even think about selling your business. That's a dead stop for any buyer right then and there. And while we're talking about all these legal issues, you got to remember that buyers are when they're looking to acquire a business, one of the big things they're looking at is risk factors. And the more or the higher the risk is, the less chance they're going to move forward with that acquisition. And if there is something that is risky, but they can swallow that risk, they're going to devalue your business. They're going to put in a lower offer on your business. But these legal issues that we're talking about today, all these things are things that you really need to keep in mind. These are like critical things that you need to take care of before you take your business to the market. So besides the judgments, lawsuits, and contract disputes, other things you should do is you should review contracts that you have with your customers and clients. Review contracts that you have with suppliers and vendors. Review contracts you have with landlords. Any contracts that you and your company have with anybody that you do business with, review those, because you need to look at it and see, how is the sale of the business going to impact those contractual relationships. So you should be reviewing these things. And let me just, before we go any further, I just want to say also, you may want to talk to your business attorney or an M&A attorney. I can advise some M&A attorneys too, that you may want to have conversations with, make sure all this stuff is cleaned up as well. But you need to review those client, supplier, customer, client, landlord contracts, any contracts that you have with anybody. See how it's going to impact you or the company or the buyer if and when you go to sell your business. You also want to make sure that you're abiding by all labor laws that are out there. And that's just going through and making sure that you're up to date on everything. And you also want to make sure that you are reviewing any non-competes, any non-disclosures, any employment contracts that you have with your employees. Make sure you're reviewing everything like that. Make sure, and if they're not up to date, get them up to date. If you currently do not have non-competes, non-disclosures, and employment agreements, that's okay. I sell businesses all the time that do not have those things, but if you do have them in place, you should be reviewing those and keep them up to date. The biggest thing you got to keep in mind as well is that you're compliant with all local, state, federal regulations and regulations, or anything that you need to take care of from a local, state, or federal standpoint. And that include environmental, health, safety, anything like that. Just make sure you're in compliance with everything. So at the end of the day, just make sure that everything legally has been taken care of. And you have to be completely transparent with the buyer on this stuff. One thing, it's the ethical thing to do. And two, the last thing you want to have happen is hold that stuff back, which is completely unethical. But if you did hold that back, you could be looking at some major problems post-closing. Who wants to sell their business thinking they're moving into the next chapter of their life, and then they're getting sued post-closing because you are not disclosing things that greatly affect the business, that could greatly affect the buyer. So anyways, I would love to talk to you if you're looking to sell your business now, or if you're looking to sell your business in the next couple of years. I'd love to chat with you. Please reach out to me. If you want to learn anything more about myself, you can visit my website at www.jimparkerbusinessbroker.com. I would love to talk to you. Thank you very much.